What is up, mate? My name is Ragoline. Welcome to July's podcast. Okay, this month's podcast is about moving, how we moved, um, and consider moving again. Oh, what? Okay, yeah, I will say a few things about that. Well, anyways, yeah, this podcast is about moving. So, the subtopics are moving in general. So, I have experienced myself of moving to another flat, another city. I have my brother who moved to another country, and I also have my cousin who also moved to another country, but I will tell about all of that. Anyways, the next second subtopic is how we used to move and how we moved to Kaliningrad. So basically, yeah, what I just said, I'm gonna tell everything about that, like how we did that and all this stuff. Then the next third subtopic is where we want to live next. It's just an interesting fact. Subtopic number 4 is why we don't want to live abroad. Interesting, right? I think there are a lot of videos on this channel, and I'm pretty sure, I'm almost sure that I was saying that I want to live abroad, that I want to move so many times. I think I said that. But the thing is, when you actually can move abroad, you question yourself if you really want to do that. And I did question myself, and I realized that I love living in Russia. I don't need, living abroad. I don't need all of that. And the last subtopic is what can change in the future. So we're gonna speculate a little bit. Consider that. Let's begin with the fact that I have my brother who moved to Canada. He had his job. He applied to a company, so he was working there. He also works in game dev. He's a programmer though, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Moved. He moved to Armenia, then he moved to Canada, and essentially he's there. And he's living fine, pretty much, at least. And I also have cousin who moved to USA, but how he did that? He flew to Mexico, and from there he could pass the border to USA, and so he works. He doesn't speak English. Can you imagine? Yeah, and yet he lives in the USA. He changes his job pretty frequently, but at the end of the day, I think at the moment he has a job, but his jobs are all not official, if I may say so, and he's waiting for the court decision. He moved about a year ago. he's still waiting for the court's decision if he may stay in the USA and keep living there, or he must leave the country and I think return to Russia. Maybe he won't. He's gonna move to some other country. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, I had to say that so that you now understand what I'm talking about. So I pretty much understand what it's like. And the first subtopic, moving in general. Moving is always stressful. It doesn't matter how and where you're moving. I mean, I used to move, me and my wife, we used to move one, two, three times inside Moscow, so inside one city, and we moved to Kaliningrad once. So I'm here. So yeah, and actually I think the most stressful was the second time when we moved to the flat, the two of us. So it was the first time we were living like not just together. We used to live together back then, but we lived like just the two of us. We used to live, me, my wife. Back then she was just my girlfriend. Can you imagine? And my parents. Yeah, so four of us that were. And then yeah, we moved for the first time. But then the owners of the flat told us that we can't live there anymore because daughter of the owners wanted to live in that flat. Well, fuck you. Yeah. However, no. I'm sorry that I fucked you, because it was one of the best things at that moment, because we moved to another flat, which was really stressful. It was difficult, and even the period when we were looking for a flat, it wasn't really it wasn't a happy time, let's call it like that. But the flat that we found was just amazing. It was a, well, I can't say brilliant flat, but it was a good one. Because the first flat where we lived for 2-3 months, I think, it was awful. It was just so we don't die, I don't know. Because even, I'm gonna say this one. Imagine bath. There wasn't any bath. There was a shower, and it was so short that I had to crouch. Is that it? A little bit. I had to bend my neck, bend my head, so that I can fit in that shower. God damn it. Yeah, it was awful. The only thing, yeah, bed was awful because the mattress, we could feel the mattress. What was also awful about that? It was expensive. it was even more expensive than the second flat that we went to. And so, yeah, it was cheaper, it was better, the bed was amazing. There was, I actually don't remember, there was a bath, definitely. I can't say that I need a bath. I can't lie in a bath because of my multiple sclerosis. My wife, she. No, actually, she doesn't like lying in a bath that much. Yeah, but still. Anyways. Oh, jeez. Oh, I hate that. Anyways, yeah, and we lived there for half a year. I think it was 7 months. We've been living there for 7 months, and then we returned back to my parents for 2 months, and we moved to Kaliningrad. Yeah, that was super, for real. I mean, and yeah, the most difficult one was moving from awful flat, from the awful flat. um I think it was like that just because they dumped us, they told us to move. It's not that we decided to do that. So yeah, it wasn't good after all. So, moving in general is stressful, but once you move, you can feel the fresh air, you can feel the freedom of your new house, flat, I don't know, your new home. Maybe it will be your home for the rest of your life, maybe it will be your home for a couple months. Anyways, it's the place where you live is very good. I mean, it feels great. I mean, right now in this flat in Kaliningrad, I feel like home, even though I understand that I will move from here. I won't be living here for many years, let's say that. I know that I will be living here for a year more, and maybe 2 years, maybe even three. But hold on, I want to live here for a year, maybe two, just so we are sure that we're applying for a mortgage for a good house, for a good townhouse, maybe. I don't know where we're gonna move, but it doesn't matter. What matters is um wait a second. Yeah, moving in general is stressful, but it's worth it, you know. Especially, I think, if you're moving together with somebody. It doesn't matter with who. Maybe you move with your friend, maybe you move with your partner. It's always great. I've never lived with a friend of mine, which is, I don't know, fine, but I always wanted to that. I think now, even if even if something happens with my wife or with us, or if something happens, I'm not going to live with a friend of mine. I think I'm gonna just live alone because I don't have so many friends. Yeah, we'll actually see, but I think I won't. Anyways, that was moving in general. I mean, moving to another city, yeah, it's even more difficult than moving inside one city, but it isn't that much stressful. I mean, if you got ready, it's totally fine. I mean, you just need to move your stuff, to move your, I mean, everything, and move yourself. And be sure that you have a job that you can pay for everything and you won't die there suddenly. Moving to another country is way more stressful, is way more difficult. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's even more. How's that? You feel a relief even bigger once you move. Well, it's what I know, what my brother told me. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if you want to move, you can move. Doesn't matter what. Even if you don't have a job in that country you want to move to. The same about the city. If you want to move in another city but you don't have a job, like whatever. And also, if you want to move in one city inside a city, it's easy, for real. I mean, it's stressful, especially if you haven't moved so far, but you can do this, believe me. Okay, let's move to the second subtopic, how we moved to Kaliningrad. How we used to move and move to Kaliningrad. Yeah, I told you about the first flat. So we moved to the first flat. My parents helped us a lot with all the times we moved. So yeah, for me it was something unusual. Let's say that it was pretty difficult, but it wasn't that difficult. You know, we just grabbed showing quote notes our things, our items, and moved to another flat. It wasn't that difficult, especially that our parents helped us. Our parents, I mean my parents, God Lord. Yeah, so we moved to the first flat, then we moved to the second one because owners of the first one dumped us, and there we lived for 7 months. And after that, yeah, we decided that we want to move to Kaliningrad because my wife is from Kaliningrad. I mean, she's from Kamchatka, but her parents live in Kaliningrad. They all moved here. So yeah, whatever. We decided that we want to move to Kaliningrad that year. We already booked our wedding for 13th of October. And yeah, we decided we have to move now. And so we bought tickets. Yeah, we bought tickets. A week before our flights to Kaliningrad, we took our items, took our things, and we sent them to Kaliningrad from Moscow. So it wasn't actually very expensive in Russia. It's not that expensive, even though it's really expensive to buy tickets, plane tickets. I don't know why, but I think it's the reason is that Russia is so big that um, air air companies, how's that, airplane companies, well, yeah, the thing is can earn a lot of money because people are always flying. Yeah. So we moved to Kaliningrad. It was well stressful, but not that much. Again, not that much like it was on our second move, the second time we moved. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Well, we have a flat here. Well, where we're living, and the thing is, this flat. Yeah. So we had a place where we can well live. We did the thing. We asked for internet connection. We did that. We bought. How to call that correctly? I'm not even sure how to say that in Russian. Well, we paid for the internet here. They did it in one weekend, so I shouldn't have I shouldn't had to buy anything to pay more money. Well, we started paying for the internet, and that's it. That's it. So it was amazing. It was brilliant. It is amazing. It is brilliant. Yeah, and after 1 week, well, we sent our things 1 week before we moved, and after 1 week of our, after 2 weeks uh, of the time we moved here, our things came. We, yeah, and there was a how to say it, courier. Is there such a word in English? So, well, they delivered our things to the flat, and we just took it, and that's it. Yeah, that's where we are now. It's just brilliant here. I love it. I love Kaliningrad. It's much better than Moscow. I I don't feel that I want to move abroad here because it's half an hour to the sea. Living near the sea, oh my god, it's, I mean, amazing. Again, it's not that hot in Kaliningrad. It's not, well, it's fine here, and the sea is pretty cold, but still, I mean, I feel great. So let's move to the third subtopic. Where we want to live next. Yeah, so we got here. We are living. It's not almost 1 year we are living here. It's like 9 months, I think. Yeah, actually, today is 14th of June, and you're watching this on 15th of July, I think. Oh no, you're watching this on, let me say, 18th of July. I mean, the video is out on 18th of July. I don't know when you're watching this one, but still, yeah. So for me right now, it's 9 months since I'm living in Kaliningrad. Next, we want to apply for mortgage, and we will be living in a house of ours in Kaliningrad. Yeah, we actually don't want to move to any other city. We want to stay here. I think it's our last place. It's our last goal. How to say that even more to sound so it sounds even more pretentious, I guess. So this is my last place where I want to live the rest of my life, where I want to die. Maybe I am not against of dying somewhere abroad, like traveling to Europe or Asia, or maybe, I don't know, USA, Canada, Mexico. Yeah, I would love to travel to Mexico and dying there. I mean, why not? Dying in Mexico, oh, that's amazing. I would love to die in Mexico. Great. Yeah. I mean, in Mexico, because everyone is like, dying is fine. It's all right for people to die, and so it's fine to speak about death. Yeah, I really love that thing of Mexican people, and I would love to pass away there. All right, so yeah, perhaps we won't move anywhere. We will buy our house, maybe we'll buy our townhouse. If we, yeah, I think that's it. I don't think that we will buy some flat or something. No. What's the point of living in, I mean, this small flat, a flat like this, I mean. And there are so many neighbors. I hate neighbors. I hated neighbors even in Moscow. I hate neighbors here. I think neighbors, the whole concept of neighbors is awful. I mean, it's fine to talk with neighbors. It's fine when your neighbors are good. But so far, I've been living just with terrible neighbors. In Moscow, in Kaliningrad, everywhere. Maybe it's me who's terrible. I don't know. I'm pretty much okay with that. Anyways, yeah, I hope you got the idea. If you have some questions, please ask me in the comments. I'm gonna answer you definitely. I think it's gonna take me about a week, maybe even less, to answer your question. Yeah, I think not even a week. I think it's gonna take me about 2 days to answer a question. Anyways, subtopic number 4. Why we don't want to live abroad? Because we're fine in Russia. We don't need to change the country we're living in or something like that. We're fine here. There is no reason for us to move abroad, to moving abroad. What's the point of that? I mean, we love some countries. We not like that. We would love to live in some other countries, but in Russia there are our families, our parents, um, my wait a second, sister-in-law also. Yeah, not step-sister. I've made this mistake. Yeah, so we would love to live, for example, in, oh my god, what's the name of that country? Holland. Oh my god. Yeah, it was called Holland back in the day. I think now it isn't called Holland. Netherlands. Yeah. I would love to live in the Netherlands. My wife also would love to live in the Netherlands, but we love Russia more. So, yeah, and Dutch language is terrible. Oh my god. It's somewhat like German, but much worse. I don't know. I hate it. I tried learning it with Duolingo, obviously, but I couldn't. It's just, yeah, it's something. There are things that something too difficult, too high for me, but it's too much down below. I don't know. I can't get there. I can't learn Dutch language. Anyways, yeah, we want. Well, my wife wants to live in Italy, but we are never going to move there for the rest of our lives. I think we are going to move somewhere abroad for several months in the future, but I'm not sure where exactly, and I'm not sure if we're going to do that, because I don't know, we're gonna have kids at some point. We're gonna, I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah. I would love to live in Mexico, even though the temperature there it's too hot in Mexico, so maybe it will be bad for my health, because with MS it's bad to be heated, to be hit in the face. um it's bad when it's too hot. Yeah, that be so. I mean, no. Yeah, but my wife doesn't want to live in Mexico. I don't want to live in Italy. I mean, I learned Spanish, well, somewhat. By the way, the next podcast is about Spanish. Yeah, uh, I don't like Italian language. I love Spanish language. So if somewhere in Europe, I would have lived in, well, the Netherlands, maybe in Spain. I'm not sure. I don't like the pronunciation of Spanish in Spain. Maybe in Germany, just because my wife speaks German and it's really close to Kaliningrad, to Russia, and nowhere else. I think, yeah, I think that's it. So, yeah, why we don't want to live abroad? Just because we're great in Russia, there's no meaning of that, there's no point of living abroad. Like, why? Maybe just trying to live abroad for a month, for several months. Yeah, that's it. Mm, yeah, I love it here in Russia for several different reasons. My wife is fine in Russia. I don't know actually how she sees that. I think I need to ask her like why she loves it here in Russia, why she doesn't want to live abroad. Maybe she wants actually, but I don't think that we're gonna do something with that. I mean, she's really connected to her parents and her sister, so yeah, maybe because of them. I don't know, I'm not sure. I don't want to speculate. But I want to speculate about the future, like I always do, god damn it. Good lord. What can change in the future? Subtopic number 5. Well, if there is something, if something terrible, okay, yeah. Let's begin with the worst, and then let's move to the best. So the worst, if something really terrible happens and we buy a flat in Kaliningrad, maybe something generally disgusting happens and we move somewhere to some different city of Russia. Oh, I can't even imagine what should happen, so we moved again. God damn it. Yeah, if so, if we move in Russia, I think nothing can happen. So we moved once again. If something terrible happens and we buy a flat in Russia, in Kaliningrad to be exact, yeah, I'm not sure what should happen, but I mean, we both lose our jobs and we're like, yeah, let's buy a flat. No, it it isn't like that. I think, at least. I think if we don't get enough money to buy a house, we are gonna buy a flat. But houses are not much more expensive than flats. So perhaps if we don't have enough money to buy a good house, we're gonna buy just a smaller house, smaller than that one we wanted. So yeah, and it's gonna be fine. Yes, yes, that's it. What can change in the future? Maybe something changes either with Russia or in the world or with us, with any of us or with both of us, and we moved abroad still. If the question is where are we going to move, perhaps, I mean, I think we're gonna move to Germany just because it's the easiest. But if we shouldn't choose the easiest, we should choose the one country we both want to move to, Netherlands. I don't think that we're gonna move to the Netherlands. I think that somewhere in the future we're gonna travel to the Netherlands just to see the country, basically that's it. But living there, I mean, constantly, I don't think so. Just because of the language. Yeah, the language is un, imprehensible. I think there's such a word in English. Yeah. Moving to Italy, I don't think so. Because none of us speaks Italian. Moving to Mexico, well, I mean, I am pretty sure that English is pretty much speakable there, so both of us are going to be alright. I speak Spanish enough for us to live there, that's for sure. And moving to Spain, nah, I don't think so. Yeah, I think if the question is like that, I'm gonna choose Italy actually to like fully, completely move there, but not Spain. I've been to Spain once. I haven't been to Italy. I don't want to move to even travel to Italy. I wanted that when I was a child. Yeah, but that's it. That's enough. But also there is Great Britain. Yeah, that's interesting. There is Australia. I like the concept, the whole entire concept of Australia. I would love there. I would love to be there. I would love, I don't know, people there. I think I think people in Australia are good. In United Kingdom, no, no. It's, I don't know. It's not that great in the UK. I don't want there. Yeah. In Asia, I mean, none of us speaks any Asian language, so I'm not sure it's gonna be good for any of us. And also, I mean, I want to learn Chinese, but yeah, it's like with Spanish. I mean, I know Spanish enough to move to some Spanish speaking country, but like living there is gonna be difficult, especially for my wife who doesn't speak Spanish. And the same thing is going to be with Chinese. Yeah, I'm sure about that. So, yeah, what can change in the future? I don't think that anything will change. I think we're gonna stay in Kaliningrad. But, anyways, I'm going to continue this YouTube channel, the Ragoline one. I'm going to tell you about my things, about what happens to me, to my wife, to us. Yeah. It's going to be good. Yeah, that's what I know for sure. But at the end of the day and of this video, I'm gonna say that moving is difficult, moving is stressful, but moving is fine. And you can do this. I can do this. I could do this. I did this several times. I moved again several times inside one city. I moved to another city. And I'm fine. I don't know. I hope that I'm gonna move just once in my life. I mean, that I will move just one last time to the house that we're gonna buy in the future. But I have no idea how's it going to be. Anyways, yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed, listening to this podcast. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please press the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And maybe leave a comment down below. I would really appreciate that, especially questions. Yeah, I'm missing questions, answering your questions. Anyways, have a nice life, mate.